So after all the presenters, we have the notebook with us. I'm Jack Modui from Group 1 and 2 combined, which we had the task of predicting 2027 Kenyan General Election outcome using machine learning model. So here we have the notebook with us, and it is divided into subsections. Subsection 1 is on the analysis, the methodology overview. As someone presented, we had 9 activities: data understanding and exploration. Number 2 was data preprocessing and cleaning. Number 3 was EDA, that is exploratory data analysis. Number 4 was advanced visualization, where we will visualize all the visuals. Number 5 was feature engineering, choosing the important features. Number 6 was data balancing, where we had to balance, since one was more domineering and others were just minorities. We had to balance the data. Number 7 was model development, and then we had to evaluate the model and get the analysis and the insights. So one on one, I shall go to step 1, which was data understanding and exploration. We imported the libraries, setting the plotting styles, and then we imported the data using the Panda libraries. And here is the dataset overview. Dataset overview says that we had 140 columns, rows, 37 columns. And the columns are named: ID, username, user location, user description, user created, the creation date, user followers, friends, favorites, and the rest. So we found that we had some null values, and it's analyzed here in the ID column, username. Yeah. Then we went to step 2. This is where we clean the null values, the duplicates, and we pre-process the data. So step 1 was checking for missing values, and we found that ID column had 64%. Yeah. Then we handled the missing values. We dropped some rows, we filled some rows. We then got the following result. Then we went ahead to check for duplicates. We found that there were no duplicates. The data enrichment process here, the original dataset had limited structured candidate and party information. We implemented a comprehensive text mining approach to extract this information from the posts. So, number 1, we had to map candidates with their respective political party. That is like William Ruto with UDA, Kalonzo with Wiper, Fred Matiang'i with Jubilee, Rigathi DCP, Martha Karua PLP, Eugene Wamalwa DAP, Okinya Omata NRA, Jimmy Wanjigi Safina Party, and then we had Morara Kibaso Inject Party. We went ahead to text mine in the post to extract some keywords from the post. Like for William Ruto, to get the context of William Ruto, we had to look for Ruto, hashtag William Ruto, DP Ruto, President Ruto, and other terms. Then we got 9 eligible candidates. This is the function which we used to extract candidates' mentions from the post, and we extracted and found this result, whereby we had 9 candidates, and which was covering 52.9 of the data set. William Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Ken Matiang'i. For the division, we got that it covered about 52.9%. Then we went to step 3. That was data preprocessing. Step 3, here we shall visualize political figures and political parties. And we started with political figures analysis. Here we visualized political figures, including those people like Ruto and others. So this will help us to understand more context and content in the data set. So uh, we visualized on how count and post, how a political party and mention count are related. So we found that William Ruto was the highest with 8874 mention counts. And the last one was Moses Wetangula with 91 mention counts. Then we went to ahead and visualized on the party strength distribution. For the highest party distribution was 53.7%, that was UDA. UDA, since it's more popular, it had the highest strength in party distribution. Then we went ahead and made the visualization on class imbalance. That we saw that William Ruto was very high dominating than the others. So as in the visualization, we saw that William Ruto was the dominant figure. Then we went to visualization on regional distribution analysis, and here are some of the results. We distributed the datasets into 7 regions: Western, Nyanza, Central, Eastern, Nairobi, Rift Valley, and lastly, Coast. Here's some of the visualization. From Western, we had, as you can see, Western was leading with 28, 29, 99 number of posts. Candidate mentioned in Western, William Ruto had 803, Nyanza 731, 735 in Central. In Eastern, he had 756, Nairobi 682. Those are the counts for every political leader in every region we defined. So we then went to the party distribution across region. We saw that UDA was most dominant across about 42.5% of all the regions. So UDA was most dominant, followed by DCP, followed by Jubilee, then Wiper, and lastly DAP. Then we went to the relationship between the columns. We had about 7 columns, and we had to see how are they related. Like we had about retweet, we had favorites, we had sentiment, engagement, year, comment count, like count, and quotas. So we made a correlation matrix on retweets and favorites, retweets and sentiment. Some of them were not eh, they were not related in any way. They were unique. So we went ahead and visualized on average text length on each column, party region distribution. Yeah. So the highest engagement candidate was Martha Karua with most verbose discussion about the CMD Kenya. So on the advanced visualization, you shall see on region, text characters, and candidates competitive. So let's go direct to the visualizations. Candidate popularity rankings. So we saw that here we shall do all the summary of all the visualizations. So on number one figure, we saw that William Ruto was most domineering with a lot of mentions, 8874 counts mentions. And then we had party strength distribution, that is UDA was most domineering. User engagement, region political activity. In Western, there are a lot of activities. We had candidate party alignment. We saw the candidate market share, data completeness analysis, and model readiness assessment. So data coverage was 52.9%. Model readiness, it was ready to be modeled by 57.0%. So 5 major candidates were identified. We went ahead for feature engineering. We had unnecessary data which we had to reduce and to make to capture the most relevant columns, so that we can capture them patterns and distinguish support behaviors across political candidates. So for feature engineering, we had to check on each and every column. Then we found the final features to set shape was 17,495 and 45 columns. Data balancing with what? We applied to address the severe class imbalance where a candidate had 100% plus mentions and than others. So to ensure the fairness and representation, to prevent model bias toward the most mentioned politicians, we had to apply the data balancing. Here we went ahead and got some results after data balancing. The original sample was this, where William Ruto had 8874, Rigathi 2419, Kalonzo 1881, and Kithure Kindiki, yeah, all those, that was the original data set. Class distribution. After balancing, we got an average of 8874. And in where we had an increase of 423%. The original samples were 16,964. Balanced sample 88,740. We went ahead after balancing all the political leaders to avoid overfitting. We then went ahead to model development. Here in model development, we used the random forest classifier. This was best for classification, and training set was divided into 70,992 samples, test set 17,748 samples. The training accuracy got us to 0.696, and training accuracy was 0.696, test accuracy was 0.661, leading to an accuracy gap of 0.035. We went ahead for model evaluation. For model evaluation, we checked on overfitting, leading to us watching and analyzing the feature importance. Text length, that was the importance in the model. text length, word count, and the other features. Visualizing on feature importance, text length was most used, word count, region encoded, user followers, user friends, hashtag, retweet, and mentions, respectively, were used. We went ahead and created a confusion matrix whereby we checked on the relationship between the actual and predicted candidate, starting with Eugene Wamalwa, Fred Matiang'i, Mudavadi, Musyoka Kalonzo, Kithure Kindiki, Martha Karua, Fred Matiang'i, Rigathi Gachagua, Moses Wetangula, then finally we had William Ruto. So here we got the election predictions. After evaluating the model, we found some result, and result number one, the most probably leading president with 2027 will be William Ruto with UDA, a predicted support of 27.5%, followed by Fred Matiang'i from Jubilee with 16.0%, followed by Rigathi Gachagua, Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka follows, Martha Karua with PLP 5.7 prediction support, Kithure Kindiki, and finally we will have Dr. Moses Wetangula with 1% prediction support. For visualization, we visualized on the best or the most probably predicted president. As we have seen, William Ruto was the highest, followed by Fred Matiang'i, Rigathi Gachagua follows, Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo, Martha Karua, Moses Mudavadi, Kithure Kindiki, Fred Matiang'i, finally Dr. Moses Wetangula. So the predicted winner will be William Ruto with 27.5% from the UDA party. So these are the model performance summary. Accuracy of 66.1%, precision of 0.669, recall of 0.661, the fun score got 0.655. For data insights, for final prediction of the model was William Ruto will be leading with 27.5%. The accuracy of the model was 66.1% since we had dataset from different features. So we created how the social network analysis, how they were related in the community, and we found that mentions, Eugene Wamalwa was mentioned 6, Fred Matiang'i 54 times, Mudavadi. Ruto dominates the conversation. Kalonzo has active supporters. Fred Matiang'i's supporters are vocal, and other have quiet supporters. The influence network and information spread they calculated on a betweenness. So top influencers were John Galt from K24 TV, Ole Itumbi were most connected with William Ruto. Mentions from K24 TV, yeah. K24 TV was a major node for William Ruto. So this is the whole summary of it. William Ruto, 27.5. Network influence was high. Social media presence He was a bit domineering with 88, 74 posts recording him. Viral content, all seven, all the 9 political leaders were evaluated. The strategic, we had the analysis of how these people can maybe use the networking. So for digital dominance and electoral success, Ruto had have high network control and high vote prediction. Network dominance matches electoral leadership. This is a summary of strategic implication for 2027 elections. Network visualization is down here. So William Ruto in number of posts, average retweet per post, presidential network overview, LDR. And finally, we had the conclusion. Final conclusion. Number one, Ruto has both digital dominance and electoral advantage. Opposition fragment with weak digital coordination. Mother Karua shows quality engagement and can overcome volume disadvantage. Complete polarization threatens democratic discourse. Runoff election high probable. That is no 50% plus candidate. That is our work, and that's all. So the prediction model predicted that William Ruto will become the 2027 president. Thank you.